Alright guys, hopefully this is working. I just want to do a little chit chat while I get ready. My daughter watches YouTube. First of all, let me say, T-Mobile sucks. I have no signal and I was right in the middle of town, which is crazy. Anyways, but I've got to get ready to go to the doctor. So I thought I'd do a little chit chat, get ready with me, and I've been rearranging my room, so everything is crazy. I don't know where anything's at, but we'll do what we can do. And I put this on my desk, now I can't get it to move. Alright. But as you see with the title, I think it's addiction, criminals, and that's the main thing I want to talk about. Once I go to talking, I'm not even going to mention their name. You'll know exactly who I'm talking about. No, it's not paper. It's actually a fabric material. Alright, let me get my junk together. I don't know where nothing's at. But, as a person, you are not defined by your past. Everybody makes mistakes and nobody is perfect. What you choose to do with those mistakes is up to you. Alright, the first thing I'm going to get is I need a primer. Moisturize my face. I have no idea where all my stuff is. Alright, let's see. Alright, criminals. Just because you have a criminal record does not make you a bad person. Pretty much you've made poor decisions, and a lot of times those decisions are made because probably about half the time you have an addiction problem. As we know, I was watching a live stream this morning and it's criminal this, criminal that. Let me tell you one thing, honey. If you were to spend, I would love for you just to spend one night in jail. One night. You'd find out how much of a little bitch you really are. You wouldn't be able to handle it. Y'all think it was bad when she was calling her mama about that hurricane? You'd see. She'd be calling her mama, begging her to come get her out that jailhouse. I promise. So for you to use somebody's past against them is not right at all. By no means. It just kind of shows what type of character you have. Y'all, I can't see these messages. Hold on, let me get my tablet. Shows what type of person you really are. And I'm sure ain't nobody perfect, so I know you ain't perfect, and I'm sure you've made some bad decisions in your time. Let me tell you something, just like I commented on your video this morning, or your live stream, choose your words wisely, because it's very easy to find yourself in those same shoes. And who are we to judge each other? Nobody. We got one judge. Alright, y'all, I'm trying to... How do I make this out? Oh, now I can see. Yes, Redneck, I finally got it working. Y'all, T-Mobile sucks. I went to drop my kids off at school, and I had to run an errand in town, and I couldn't get any signal on my phone. T-Mobile, and I was right in the middle of town, and most of y'all know I live in Myrtle Beach, so I should have plenty of signal. Alright, let's see. We got Redneck, Melissa, Irish Mama 3. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Dylan. I do know who this is about, though, based on the title. Jail don't take pepper out of the food for hell no, they don't. You gonna eat what you get. That's for sure. Y'all, it just frustrates me. I do have a criminal record, and I'm very open about my past, and a lot of you know that my husband is actually in federal prison right now. This morning she's going on and on and on about stealing and this and that. Let me tell you something. You are not the person that you are when you have an addiction. It makes you... I've done things when I had an addiction that I would never in my life do. It wasn't me. It was the drug. I never went to jail for my addiction. Thank God. But I very well could have. I was just lucky and didn't. You know, you don't hold someone's past against them. And I'm sure, you know, the person, what really gets the double standards now, you get on live stream every single day, which, hey, to each his own. That's what you want to do, you go ahead and do it. Yeah, I heard that. I heard her say that about her friends being on meth. Let me tell you something. As a former addict, there's no way that, you know, Trisha talks about she had an addiction, that her doctor, you know, gave her all these pills and the medicine. Okay, I can't say whether she did or not, but I can say this. Being through addiction, a recovering addict, I was married to my first husband for 10 years. I spent 10 years, he struggled with addiction on and off. I had him court ordered, sent to rehab 4 different times. And he did, I divorced him. I left in 2008, and he overdosed in 2010. I carried around a lot of guilt. I felt as if I would have stayed, that, you know, he may still be here today. But I learned that, you know, I had to let that go. I couldn't continue carrying that grief and guilt around on me, because, you know, when I left, I told him, hey, I've done everything I could to make this marriage work. But getting off topic, as a recovering addict, you have empathy for those that struggle. You try to build others up. You don't tear them down. And for her to talk the way she does, there's no way that her addiction was that deep. Okay, then on top of that, Yeah, she had a doctor that just wrote them, which we did here. I mean, there were pill mills all over the place. And I know in Florida they're really bad too, but we have a couple of doctors that are actually in federal prison because of that. You don't tear other people down, you know, that's been through addiction. So there's no way. I mean, I just don't believe that. Then you say you're in recovery. No, honey, you're not. Okay? You pop Adderall every day. That is legal crystal meth. Okay? You pop Xanax. On your live stream in the cemetery yesterday, you're popping Xanax in your mouth. That's alcohol in a pill. Come the hell on. Y'all, it frustrates the hell out of me. I'm reading y'all's comments. I've always said something. Yes, she is. She shows empathy to nobody. Nobody. And I'm one of those, you know, I'm not one to take sides. I've never been. I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. Okay. I would try to, you know, tell her just ignore it. Just ignore it. Let it go. Da 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 da. But if you think back, those of you, and that's what kills me, the people that's in there, they support her crazy behavior. They support it. Y'all. Why? Anybody that says anything that doesn't agree with her, guess what? The Rinchy gang is going to get you. She's special. Okay, I'm glad you said that. She's special needs. Shoot the shit refers to her as having special needs. No, she's not special needs. She says that she has bipolar. Okay, I'm bipolar, but you don't see me acting that way. And I've always come back to this. She says that she was a single parent that raised 2 children. She is competent enough to raise those 2 children. She's got enough. She knows. I truly, honestly believe she knows what she's doing. You can't tell me no different. She knows. Thank you, Audra. She knows what she's doing. And, you know, it started with Amy Slayton. Then it went from Amy Slayton to, who was next after Amy? Y'all, I can't see her. Amy. There's been a list of them. B, Randy. Marla. Who else? And anybody that's tried to, like, befriend her, she's run off. And I've always had empathy for her. I understand that she's been through a lot as a child. But that does not give you the excuse to just do whatever you want. You don't get a free pass. I was molested as a child by my stepfather. So that, like, ruined my relationship with my mom. She sent me to live with my dad. My dad was an alcoholic. So I wasn't getting to school like I was supposed to. So my grandma come and got me, and my grandma is the one who pretty much raised me from, I think it was like the middle of my 10th grade year till I graduated. And you know, she was my blessing, thank goodness. Which that is where, it's so funny, I did a vlog at the cemetery Friday. I got to find my foundation. And where did she, I was talking about my grandma. Well, it's actually my great grandma. And then here she shows up at a cemetery yesterday. But I mean, who's to say, I can't say that she saw the video. She might not have, I don't know. But anyways, it just really frustrates me the way she steady talks and talks and talks and bashes and talks about Marla. And last night, Marla was not bashing her. As viewers, a lot of people have questions. You know, they've seen this and they've seen that. And, you know, Marla didn't make videos for a very long time. And now that she is making videos, you know, people have questions they want to ask. And I knew from the get-go when Marla reached out to her daughter that she didn't have malicious intentions by any means. She was genuinely concerned. I don't know where. I bet you my daughter's got my foundation. I bet you. There were no malicious intentions behind what Marla did. And I mean, a person can only take so much. When does it stop? I mean, is she just going to keep on and on and on and on about it? And she says, people's always got my name in their mouth. You sit a live stream after live stream after live stream, and that's all you do is talk about people. And I'm glad that, you know, she has the support of Pam and Rick, but I don't agree with the double standards. And, you know, I've heard them state more than once, you know, just drop it, let it go, just stop. And, you know, from what I see, pretty much everybody's, you know, quit with the drama with her. But, and they said that, you know, if she started up, then they would, you know, jump on her and have her stop. Have I seen that happen? That's still yet to be seen, y'all. I haven't seen it. If you have, let me know, but I haven't. Yes, Ricky Marla is. You know, if you don't know the backstory or you haven't talked with her and you just listen to what's said, I mean, she's painted to be this awful, gruesome person, which is so far from the truth, it's unreal. So far from the truth. And one thing I really admire about Marla, while we're talking about her, I mean, that's just like, okay, put a 1 in the chat room if you were in the live stream last night that she did. I cannot believe my child has alright, yeah, okay, we got some people. I don't feel last night, and you can disagree with me if you want, I don't feel last night that Marla was tearing Trisha down or being hateful or none of that, talking junk about her, okay? Well, if you didn't notice, Trisha jumped on live stream last night. Who saw the name Becca come in there last night and comment? Alright. Y'all, I'm found this stuff out. Did anyone see, I'm just gonna call her B, come in and comment? Okay, that was really her. I watched on the live stream last night where she went in telling TT that Marla was talking about her and didn't tell the story of the message the way it happened. Pretty much was putting her own spin and twist, and then said that one of us admitted to ordering the pizza. No, hell we didn't. We might have been picking about it and joking, but nobody admitted to ordering no pizza. Her daughter was not, you know, she was mentioned, but she wasn't talked about. But my gosh, you got Trisha up here every single day bashing and dragging the hell out of Marla. Calling her a stalker, that she's stalking her daughter, which is the farthest from the damn truth. You know, what if something would have happened, and there were a lot of concerned, you know, people in that chat, which, I mean, I knew she was acting. I mean, I could spot it head on. But let's say, what if she wasn't? And like Marla said, all she said, you know, was try to reach out to Sean. She didn't want the child coming in and seeing something like that, which is understandable. My biggest fear, you know, was what if, you know, like I said, my ex-husband overdosed. What if my child would have found him like that? Unless they do that all the time. They go over. Yeah, it's, it come off of, I think it was eBay or Amazon. It's just a piece of fabric, and I have it, it's a backdrop, but I didn't like the little stand, so I just put it on the wall. Oh yes, she has. Yes, Marla has. And that's what I said. I give her props. She has stayed very classy, and that's something that Trisha lacks. Hey Mandy. She has no class about her whatsoever. Even though this woman has literally drugged the hell out of her, made her life, I mean real life, hell, Marla has stayed classy about the whole thing. Even when the trolls come into the room, you know, she just takes it in stride like it's nothing. And I wish Trisha had that, you know, quality about her, but she doesn't. And I've always said it, and I'll say it again, Marla is the true definition of a Southern belle. Trisha, I mean, what do you get out of dragging people like that? Then she gets, oh, they can't keep my name out their mouth. You were sitting there steady, I mean, for months. I mean, it's been, what, a year now she's been at this shit? Steady dragging the hell out of her, and Marla hasn't opened her mouth until just recently she started making videos. I'm telling y'all, she's only 2 hours away from me. If she done me like that, I told my daughter gets so triggered watching her. I'd have to make that drive. I would. I'd have to make it. No doubt about it. And like I said, I do, getting back to the criminal history, a lot of times, you know, there's addiction involved, and you make those choices, you know, bad decisions to support your addiction. Like I said, luckily, no, I didn't have, you know, that didn't happen to me. I do have a criminal history, but mine was for fighting. I've been to jail 2 or 3 times for fighting, and that's just my temper. You know, I had to learn. Well, I say that it's actually due to my first husband being a damn whore dog is what it is. But you live and learn, right? You grow up, and I learned from that. Yeah, I've always stayed neutral, you know, when it comes to her, because I do, you know, I feel empathy towards her because of the things that, you know, I went through with my mom growing up. But I went to school, I love psychology, so I majored in psychology and minored in addiction. And, you know, like my professor told me, we all go through things. Our story may not be the same, but we have, you know, we go through the same emotions, the same feelings. And, you know, I had a very shitty childhood, and I know she did too, and I can, you know, feel her pain on that. But you work through it and you let it go, and, you know, you say, this is what I've been through, this is my story, and you use it to help other people. Well, she was having a live stream one night, and y'all know the troll Binge City was in there. Well, somehow addiction came up. She was probably bashing somebody, and that is something that I'm very passionate about. I've always thought that I could fix people. You know, they got these problems, oh, I can fix them. Exactly, man. It pisses me off. It really does. I mean, that's just like now, like I said, yes, my husband is in federal prison, but he's in prison for a doggone gun that was in my name, registered to me, but he wasn't supposed to be around it. So, just because, I mean, your past doesn't define you, it doesn't make you who you are, but like I said, I would love to see her spend one night, just one night in jail. I bet you she wouldn't open her mouth again about it. And I give Marla, you know, props. A lot of people can't do prison. They really can't. And I believe that's why my ex-husband was getting so messed up like he was in overdose, because he was facing prison time. He called me in March, told me he was going to prison to wait at the mailbox for my child support. And Mother's Day in May, I got the phone call. A lot of people, you know, they're not strong enough for it. And that just shows how strong Marla is. But Trisha doesn't know, I guess. She doesn't care, is the way I see it. And that bothers me. You know, use the things that you've been through to help other people, change others' lives. Make this world a better place. My gosh, it's bad enough the way it is. I don't understand. And then yesterday, you know, she goes to the cemetery and, you know, breaks down, you know, this, that. It's like she says all these things, but she doesn't do it. When does the change come? You know what I mean? When does the change come? No, Marla went to, I think she pulled 18 months, 15 months, something like that. Yes, Audrey, it is. I've always had the heart thinking that I could fix people. Every relationship I've been in, thinking I could fix somebody. But back to what I was saying, she was having a live stream one night talking about somebody, and Binge City comes in there and said something about addiction. I can't remember what they said. Well, it pissed me off because of, you know, my kids, they deal with it every day that their daddy's not here because of addiction, you know, which I'll tell my story one day. I've actually fell down the hole twice. Once before I had my kids, and then I was clean, and I stayed clean for a long time until I lost my grandma in December, and that May is when their daddy passed away, and I got strung out again. I was trying to cover the pain and cope with drugs, and you can't do that. And she said something, she went off on me, talking about I don't feel any empathy, that's their problem, that their daddy's dead, basically saying that they deserved it, it's his fault, he made that decision. And I'm telling you, if I could have reached through that damn screen and yanked her up, I would have. I was pissed. And that's what really makes me mad. If you've been through the struggle, you're not going to sit there and talk junk to others that, you know, have been through it or are struggling with it. Bye, Ricky. I hope you have a great day. I have Audra, but you know what? That's what I tell my kids all the time. You know, they live every day. I'm mama. I'm daddy. Their daddy was the only child, in which I get that about Trisha too. She's an only child, but still, that's no excuse. Their grandma, their daddy's mama, passed away 9 months after their daddy did. She grieved herself to death. But that's what I tell them all the time. My kids, you know, I'm an example to them. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and that's the truth. I tell my daughter all the time, you know, nobody's gonna have your back like you do. And I've just used my struggles and hard times and heartache to help others. And I made a promise, you know, before I was the last one of all my friends to have children. I was already married. And I said, you know, I made a promise to myself and them to give them a better life than what I have. And God's blessed me to do that. Exactly, Mandy. It is. And you know what really bothers me, if you notice, when she was in the cemetery yesterday and she starts feeling emotional, you have to learn to deal with those emotions and work through them, instead of popping a pill in your mouth and masking that. And that's all she's doing. When she started getting upset yesterday, what did she do? If you go back and watch the live stream, she popped a Xanax right in her mouth. And I'd love to see what color it is. If I'm not mistaken, I thought it was white. And if it is, I want to know if she's popping footballs or bars. And I mean, she really has a problem. In my eyes, she does. Every time she gets upset, oh, I gotta take my medicine. Yes, Audrey, yes, yes, yes. Yes, Debbie. And, you know, I hate to say it, but I don't know. I mean, could you imagine, you know, some of y'all in here are creators, having your channel and your family seeing such nonsense like that? I lost my daddy last November. My mom lives in Texas. There's nobody really close to me, near me, except for my grandma, and now she's so up in age. But I'm telling you, I was raised in a Christian home. Church was not an option. I had no choice. She would come over here and snatch my internet out the wall. And that is no lie. Has she seen me acting like that? And my children, I couldn't imagine. You know, you're setting an example. Yes, girl, I know the milligram of everything. Sorry, y'all, I had a call. phone ring. Not by choice, but yes. Well, and that's another thing, you know, Audra, that brings that up. We do have a blended family. My husband has 3 kids with his first wife, which she is currently in the county jail right now because she is strung out. And that's a whole nother story. Which I know he goes and visits. Yes, she did. Amanda's the one that sent her to makeup. And I'm not trying to bash her. I'm just saying, you know, that stuff that worries me. I guess I can't help but worry. I don't know. I guess it's just in me. And her doctor, I would like to know what type of doctor she's seeing, because first of all, and I think a lot of her behavior has to do with the medicine she's on. She's on Adderall, which jacks you up. And then she's on Xanax, so her body's in it like a yo-yo. Don't know what to do or which way to turn. I just wish she would. But going back to her childhood, you know, she didn't get that attention. And that's what she seeks now. That's why she's always showing, you know, her body, her boobs, and this and that. She wants attention, whether it's positive, negative, it doesn't matter. She just wants the attention. And I just wish she would quit talking about people. Find something else to do besides talk about others. And then she said, oh, to keep their name, my name in their mouth. No, Marla has all right to defend herself. My goodness, she has been through H-E-double-L. And I'm telling you, I don't think I could let it go like she did. I know I couldn't. I know. Not with my temper. Which I'm a lot better than I used to be, but it's still there. I couldn't just walk away from her doing that to me. I mean, it really, you know, I'm a strong believer in karma. I don't care if you put out good or bad, it's gonna come back to you. And for her, basically, we're talking about Marla having a child, just by her disposition, I think Marla would be an excellent mother. Just because she's been to prison doesn't mean anything. Your past does not define you. It doesn't. And I love how she takes it in stride. It's like, she's like, come on, throw some more at me. Don't phase her. But not all people are like that. I mean, what if she chose somebody that, you know, isn't so strong? She wants to talk about bullying, but the double standard things really makes me mad. No, she doesn't get a free pass. No, she doesn't. I don't believe that at all. I take Adderall for work. Never on my days off. Keeps me focused because I'm ADHD and I get hyped up. I take Vyvanse. I don't take Adderall. Adderall, I don't like the way it makes me feel. I really don't. It gives me a headache. And when I took Adderall, it like made me jaw. And I didn't like it. Yes, I believe that karma is something else. And you know, what about grandkids, okay? Her children are almost grown. You need to think about what you're saying. It's just like she was talking about Marla having a child and her being almost 40 and it being special needs. I'd be scared to say that. It could come back on you with your grandchildren. See, I'm the opposite. Adderall gives me a headache. Reverse Google, drop her. I should bring up her account. Hold on, scroll up. She has a hidden Facebook. And I believe that, Dylan. I believe that. I think she trolls the hell out of people. And you know, it wasn't just on YouTube. You know, she was on Facebook first. And pretty much got, you know, ran off of there. And that's what I say. It's just another target, another day. When does it stop? And I really wish, I think Pam has good intentions. But I just really wish she would open up her eyes. And at this point, you can tell Pam's pretty much the only one that could do something with her, because she doesn't listen to anybody else. And I'm just wondering how long that's going to last before, you know, the way she did Katie, I thought was pretty dirty. Katie always, you know, pretty much had her back. I don't know. It frustrates me so much. Yes, Mandy, yes. Yes, when we got off the live stream last night with Marla, she was in the bathroom, and Becca come in there putting her spin on what happened, and that pissed me off too. I've always taught my kids, you do not lie. I don't care what you've done, you tell the truth. I guess I need to put it on Do Not Disturb next time. Your consequences are going to be a whole lot worse if I find out you're lying. And, I mean, she just put a spin on what was said last night, and most of it was not true. I mean, I was in there pretty much the whole time. Which really, you know, makes me question some things too. What, you know, why would, I guess Becca's learning that behavior. Pretty much. Yeah, she went talking about Marla having children and being almost 40, that they come out special needs. And then she stopped herself and I guess realized what she said, and she was all like, not that anything is wrong with special needs children. It's just the way she thinks. I don't get it. And I've really tried to figure out. I love psychology. I mean, it intrigues me. I love it to death. But that one, she's a piece of work. That is for sure. A piece of work. And I noticed this morning she got pissed off because there wasn't anybody in there talking to her in her live stream. And you know, all the people that's in there watching her are new. So those two will see what it's all about, because everybody that used to support her and watch her don't anymore. And my childhood lying was, yes. Lying, cheating, and stealing? No, 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 no. I don't play that. Who is this? Does anybody know who the Tamra lady is? Yeah, it kind of blew my mind, you know. How was that okay? It's not okay. It's really not. And then I kind of wonder, what are the people like behind the screen? Oh yeah, Amanda, she heard everything. She was in there listening, and if you listen, she slipped up and said, me and Becca were listening to it. Okay, well then you just played dumb, like you didn't know what in the world, what stream, what, huh? No, you're obsessed with her. I mean, and you're deflecting. You're putting it on Marla, is what she's doing. She's deflecting. She heard everything and saw everything that was typed in that chat last night, and you can't convince me otherwise. I know she did. Claims to be a nurse. See, that makes me wonder what kind of who supports crap like that. And I mean, the first thing I would ask, you know, they're new, you know, they haven't been around. I'd be like, what's wrong with this woman? What is wrong with her? What is she talking about? Why is she always, you know, got drama? And even if nobody, which I've always said, you know, when she was going after B and Randy so hard, y'all silence, the silent treatment is deadly. And that's what she thrives on, is attention. And the way I see it is she has not truly embraced her childhood. She needs to go to a psychiatrist, in which I get it. I didn't like sitting down in front of a stranger and telling them my life history, but you have to find that outlet. And she needs to learn to embrace her childhood, work through it, and let it go. Exactly what she needs to do. And until she does, nothing's going to get better. You have to find that outlet. My outlet is music and writing. Even when I was younger, my daughter's age, in school, I would write all the time. JoJo, you know what though? They'll see. We've seen it too many times. They'll see the truth. That's like, if y'all remember, Miss Charlotte, is that her name? Way back when. They'll end up seeing it. That Binge City is the one that was in that chat that I went off on, that you know, pissed me off about the addiction. And then Trisha thought I was talking about her, and then, you know, made the little smart ass comment she made about my kids' daddy. Yeah, that damn troll. The picture's actually a troll. Pissed me the hell off. Binge City. But the one that come in there in the chat last night, that the name was Becca Smith, that was actually really her daughter. Hey Miss Donna, how are you, sweetheart? Y'all, put my hair in braids and it looks like something awful today. That's another one. Miss Donna called her out of concern, like pure concern, and she done that woman dirty. Dirty. I wonder about that too, Audra. Thank you, Mama 3. I agree, Mandy. And I think that whole situation right there is just a matter of time. And when she loses that one, I don't know what she's going to do. And which, I mean, I don't enjoy, you know, a lot of people, I mean, that's why they watch Trisha Paytas, because they, you know, love a train wreck. But I don't wish harm on nobody. I really don't. I just wish she'd get help. And for her family, Sean and, you know, her daughter, not to step up and do something, it really frustrates me. And imagine what her teachers, I don't know, maybe it's where I live. My kids' teachers saw some mess like that. Oh gosh. Oh wait, Donna, I'm sorry. I love making these videos. I watch them. I admire you. I never did the 12-step program, which I'll talk a little bit about that. I always did it on my own. I've never been to rehab. Like I said, I got into the drug scene with my first husband, which was before my daughter was born. And when I got pregnant with her, I just quit cold turkey. And then I relapsed after I lost my great grandma, which was the one who pretty much raised me. And then her daddy passed away. And I guess, you know, it was me covering the hurt. And I got up one Sunday morning, I went to church, and I just decided I'm not going to live like this anymore, and quit cold turkey again. It's the way I've done it both times. Now, TT phoned home, had her so triggered, and she kept typing, "Stop trolling me. They're trolling me. They're making fun of me." And at first, Pam wasn't paying any attention, and then she finally did, I guess, to hush her up. I don't know. How do you get behind that type of behavior? I can't do it. And if that was my daughter, or she talks about Sean having her committed, yes, I would. You go in there, you get the help you need, you get better, and then come home. That's the way I feel about it. And I pray every day. I went, like I said, I was going to Al-Anon, so I've been on both sides of it. And basically they told me that if I didn't put my children in Al-Anon, that there was a 90% chance that they would have an addiction. And luckily I come from a very strong, a line of strong women, and I had the strength to do it by myself. But I pray every day, and I think, you know, I pray, I'm not going to say it won't happen, but I pray every day that my kids, you know, don't go down that road. You know, they've lost their daddy to it, they've seen what I've been through, and I just pray they don't, and I just make sure I have a close relationship, an open one where they talk to me. Maine, do you have a new channel, or you still got your same one? I'm lost. What are they talking about? Marine Mom. Where's Marine Mom? And you know, Rennie was nice to her. She was saying the other day, you know, the lady from Australia that come in here asking all kinds of questions. Okay, you expose your life on an open platform. People are going to question you. That's normal. No, I think he is. I think he's in Atlanta seeing his kids. Which is sad, you know, that it has to be that way. Let me plug this phone in. Hey lady, how are you? I just find the whole situation crazy. Exactly, TT. Phone, that's the truth. And I noticed that her child stays gone a lot too. Which I know she has a job now, but from what I've seen and put two and two together, she stays at her boyfriend a lot. And no, my daughter is 14 and I'm not playing that game. I wasn't allowed to do it, but no boys allowed to stay at my house or me stay at their house. If they come over, we have to stay in the front room in court, and she will do the same thing. I'm not playing that. I don't know if this thing's charging or not. That's very true, TT Phone Home, that's very true. I agree with that 100%, which is sad. Very sad. Lady, that's because she has none. She has that. She doesn't know how to. Okay, y'all remember the lady named Ruth? Do y'all remember her? Miss Ruth? I actually had my daughter do it for me. I think it was last summer, I put pink and purple in hers. But you know, you have to bleach it first, and I didn't want to bleach my whole head, because I've had my natural hair color for a long time now. But it's easy, you can do it yourself. Miss Ruth, I heard her say the other day, the one that sent her the card with the subway card in it. She said basically that she was too needy, so that's not her friend anymore. Yes, she does. Mandy, it's funny. Ruth was her good friend, and she made, Donna, bye, I hope you have a good one and take care. She said that that's how I know she has the Facebook page, that apparently she was communicating with her through Facebook, and that she needed too much of her attention, so they no longer speak. She made the comment, the one that says Christy in the Carolinas wasn't a needy friend, that she can't have needy friends that needs her attention. Yeah, Dylan, I sit there and laugh. I think it's hilarious, which I don't comment, because you know as soon as you comment, you get blocked. But I did comment this morning. I'm just sick of her dragging Marla and bringing up the prison thing. That pisses me off so bad. And I told her, I said, choose your words wisely. You know, nothing's impossible. She could be there tomorrow. Sometimes I wonder that, I mean, which I broke my ankle, so I haven't done videos in a while. It's been weeks, actually, since I uploaded a video. But I thought it was mighty funny, which, my grandma, you know, she was real involved in the church and would go and put out flowers, and WMU, she was always, you know, going in to see the homebound. She was always doing something with the church. But when she went to that cemetery, I was like, well, you know, who is she going to see? Yes, TT phone home, yes. She is. Yes. I think it eats her up inside. Because even last night, you know, she was talking about her 13 mugshots. One of them, you know, she's skinny, then she's fat, then she's strung out on meth, then she's straight, and she's up, and she's down. It bothers her. And she's always talking about, you know, her 50 pounds that she's lost. And she's gained 7 back. You know, lady, that's what really bothered me. Okay, I did do a vlog. I went to Sprint Friday, spent almost all day there because T-Mobile sucked. So I was switching over to Sprint. And on the way back, I happened to be going by the cemetery where my great-grandma was born. I mean, buried. And I stopped by there. And, you know, I was vlogging, but I didn't even get out of the car. My kids did. I showed her grave, but I told my daughter, I was like, I would be so pissed. And one of them, y'all, the tent was still up. I would be so mad if I found out, you know, that my family member was just on this random live stream on the internet. Yes, I did. I saw the comments. But it didn't, you know, she was like, get the F out of here. No, that is disrespectful. Like my daughter said, Mama, I would be mad if, you know, she put my daddy's grave on there. You don't do that. It's respect. And I thought it was weird. You know, I vlogged, which everybody deals with things their own way. And I've actually only been to, I think that was the 3rd time I had been to my grandma's grave. And the first time was only a few years ago, like 4 years ago. And she passed away in 2009. And I was talking about that, but I didn't show, you know, other go up and walking around and this and that. I had a loved one buried there, but I was talking about driving around. That's where I learned to drive, was actually in that cemetery. Because her husband was buried there, and he passed away when I was in the 6th grade. So, of course, I didn't have license, and that's where she would take me and my cousin. Bye, Mandy. Have a good one. That's where she would take us to, and she'd let us drive her car in the cemetery, and that's where we learned to drive at. Exactly, lady. I hate the body shaming. You know, that, to me, I mean, the outside doesn't always matter. There's things that go on, depression, this last year has been rough. Last September, got diagnosed with cancer. Then I got through that, 3 surgeries later, and then I broke my ankle, and I put on like 70 something pounds. Well, then they finally tested my thyroid, put me on thyroid medicine. But I mean, weight fluctuates. Don't body shame somebody. I mean, it's all in what's inside. I thought about that, Marine Mom. And actually, I think it was Marla that mentioned that last night. It had me triggered. Yes, Audra. It's sad. I just don't understand. I really don't. Oh yeah, she'll delete any comment that she doesn't agree with. That's why usually I'll take a screenshot of it. Exactly, Audra. And I mean, that's how she made her appearance, you know, on YouTube, was bashing Amy Slayton. And I don't know if y'all remember, but I've been watching her for over a year now, in which I used to interact with her and try to, you know, keep her calm. But, I mean, she would even pick on her about the way she talks. And basically was saying that, she was bashing the LGBT community because she was talking about the Dolce lip color. Yes, she does, JoJo. The ugly heart. No, 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 no. I see it. I mean, the one, even with that 10 up, I mean, you know, they probably had the funeral that day. They usually, like, keep it up for 3 days. I mean, they haven't even, it was crazy. Yes, Amanda. Marla's beautiful. But you know what, Irish Mom? I wish she, you know, she talks about Amy, but I wish she would take lessons. Amy gets a lot of hate. A lot of people troll her. But she's not bothered by it. She doesn't even respond, you know. She did say something to Trisha, but my gosh, you know, look what Trisha was doing. And I'm sorry. I mean, when she come on there and said, you know, her son basically gave her the decision to have her channel, you know, choose her channel or him. I mean, I can't comprehend, I can't fathom letting something actually interfere with your real life. You know, your family, your child. Yeah, she's obsessed with numbers. If you'll notice, like this morning, she was like, there's 30 something watching me and only a couple of you are commenting. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Yeah, she did, lady, Raiden, yes. I don't care what it is. I mean, if somebody were to get on here and make 500 videos talking about me, it wouldn't faze me. I most likely wouldn't even, you know, reference them. I mean, that's like Facebook. Back in the day, Facebook used to be, I used to call it drama book, in which my grandma tells me all the time, Facebook's nothing but the devil. But I shut my Facebook down. Matter of fact, I just opened it up within the last year or two, just because I have family that's not, you know, in the state to have pictures of my children growing up. I would probably watch the videos that people made, but I wouldn't even respond to them. It's crazy. I wouldn't let something over the internet affect and just the way she cries. There's no way you can tell me a doctor says it's okay. No, honey, you are putting so much stress, so much anxiety on yourself by doing this. Cut it off. Yeah, I saw that, Amanda. Yes, take a Xanax and Benadryl. Xanax and Benadryl, that's the fix. And you know what? That you say that, and I'm not judging them. I'm not, but I honestly don't think she could make it on her own. I don't. And what bothers me too, okay, she said she, you know, got the job at the hospital. That's bull crap. I mean, that is bull crap, because when I was in my freshman year of college, I worked, my grandma, my great-grandma, my mom, and my aunt, they're all nurses. Well, my grandma and my great-grandma worked here at the hospital, and they got me a job at the hospital. At that time, I was in college, and I was on medicine for my ADD. So, yes, they will give you a job even though you're on medication. Okay, she lives at the beach, so do I. Guess what? My 14-year-old daughter and myself scrub and clean toilets and condos every Saturday. It's good, quick money. Why don't she get a job doing that? She needs something to do with her time. Home health care, she could do that. Working in a nursing home. All this time and energy she needs to put into something. Do something good. And then she wants to talk about mental illness. Well, do something good about it. Don't talk and bash others and drag them. Exactly, Amanda. That's what I said. When I had my cancer surgery, and this was this, oh my gosh, I got another gray hair. This past year. When you go in there, before you go to surgery, it was either 2 or 3 times. You know, you got the nurse, and then you got the one that comes in to give you the anesthesia, the anesthesiologist. They ask you what procedure you're having, your name, your birthday. You have to tell them. They asked me what side they were cutting me on. I had to verbally tell them what they were doing to me. So I don't believe that. Yes, Audra, and I don't care if you live in a trailer. Guess what? I live in a mobile home, but my mobile home is paid for. When I left my husband in 2008, I bought and paid for this myself. My 2 kids never have to worry about a roof being over their head. I don't care what you live in. You're not, material things you can't take with you. What does it matter? I agree, Marine Mom. And you know, that's, you know, like I've always said, if she, you know, was a single mom and raised 2 kids, she's confident enough. She knows what she's doing. She knows. And I mean, pretty much, I mean, she claims, you know, Becca's got straight A's, going to college, this and that. She's raised decent children. Yeah, it's an equal employment opportunity. They can't do that. Exactly, TT, phone on, yeah. Yeah. Lady Raiden, you know what? When her and Sean were separated this last time, she mentioned going back to school. And I don't remember what her excuse was. There was some kind of an excuse as to why she couldn't take the course. But I don't care. You're never too old to go back to school. I want to go back to school now. I went to college a long time. Actually, I graduated, I think I finished in 2013. School didn't bother me. Didn't bother me. And my grades were high enough in my ACT that I got scholarships. I didn't have to pay for it. And we had the South Carolina lottery here too. And her hobbies, I don't know, she used to go to the gym. She doesn't do that. She needs an outlet besides YouTube. She really does. And I don't care how many live streams she has. Live stream all you want to. But just don't sit there and constantly drag and drag and drag and talk about people. That's not cool at all. Exactly right, Nat. Me too. And I'm not ashamed. It's paid for. It's not going anywhere. I don't have a house payment every month or rent. No, I don't care. I saw that, Audra, and she's not stable enough. And that's what I say, she doesn't show empathy. You know, when you're in that field of work, like I said, if she would get the therapy she needs and, you know, work through her problems, own it, this is my story, this is what happened to me, use that to help others. But you know, she doesn't have empathy for other people, and you can't be in that field of work, being a social worker like that. No, they're not. They're not. She says, is it time for me to take my medicine? Any dog, I mean, they're going to get in your face and lick you, okay? No. What kind of training they have? I mean, I don't know much about service dogs, but I mean, I know about hunting dogs. I mean, hunting's big around here with ducks and stuff, and them dogs go to school to be trained, and I'm sure service dogs do too. And that's like Logan Paul. I mean, my kids, of course, watch Logan Paul and Jake Paul. And his dog Kong, I mean, the only reason he's considered a service dog is so it can fly on the plane with him and stuff. Yes, Joe, I couldn't believe that. I thought that dog was going to eat her up over that pizza. That was crazy. Exactly, Audra. Where's the compassion? I mean, a lot of people, you know, have problems with her live streaming all the time or being on the internet all the time. I don't care how much you stay on the internet, but do something positive with it. Don't be so negative. Negative Nancy. Negative Nancy. I mean, she has, you know, obviously been through some things, but if she would use those for good, I think it would, you know, when you help other people, it makes you feel good about yourself. So use that, you know, to build yourself up. It's just frustrating. I feel so sorry for the people, you know, that she does get on there and drag to hell and back. Bye, TT phone home. I hope you have a good day. Y'all, it's what, 11 o'clock? Oh. I thought she was supposed to go to the groomer Thursday. And yeah, I mean, I watch her. She's entertaining. It gives me something to do. When I ain't got nothing else to do. Now, I don't watch her all the time, but I'm not, nobody, and it bothers her. She says everybody's obsessed with her. No, we're watching like, what's going to happen next? What lie are you going to tell next? Exactly, Audra. And Dylan, you got her triggered as hell, man. I don't know why my phone keeps doing that. It's been doing that about YouTube. I don't know why. I do too, Lady Raiden. I do too. And a lot of people do. Ain't no shame. I mean, I'll tell it. Audrey, you made an excellent point, and I'm not even going to read your comment out loud. Me and somebody else were talking about it, and, you know, as being molested as a child, I don't like being the center of attention. I do not like all eyes on me. The only reason I'm more or less more comfortable on here now is because I used to sell unique makeup, and I would do Facebook Lives. So I got used to being on Facebook Live all the time. It took me years and years. I used to, when I would sleep fully clothed. Pants, shirt, everything. And that was because of me being molested, and it took me a long time, my grandma, you know, worked with me to get out of that. And I don't understand that either. I'm not here to say whether it happened or not. You know, I can't say that. I'm not here to judge. But I know with what I've been through, I do not like all eyes on me. I do not like being in big crowds. I do not like, I mean, I cover up, you know what I mean? I don't wear revealing clothes. No. I don't understand that either. Hey, Captain. Yes, Audra, yes. I feel you. And you know, when people talk about that video, she always goes back to, it was a prank. It was a prank. Like her mom said, you're not a child anymore. You are a grown woman. Why are you acting that way? I don't get it. Exactly, Audra. I 100% agree. And then when she, like, I don't know if y'all used to see her when she somebody said something the other day about she had some YouNow drama. I would like to know who she had drama with on there, because I used to be on YouNow a lot. And I was waiting for that to happen. You know, a lot of people go in there, like with the feet fetishes and all that. There's some perverts that go in YouNow. And, you know, they would come in there, well, here she is sitting half naked, you know, broadcasting, live streaming. And then she wants the attention, but then she would kind of, you know, like play like her landlord, you know, for instance, saying that about him. If you don't want that kind of attention, then don't carry yourself in that manner. The way I feel about it. And I'm sorry, but my husband, which I have respect for myself, I guess it all comes with your morals and values. There's no way in hell he'd let me be up on the doggone internet like that, half naked. What the hell? And that's why people ask her all the time, are you single? Because you're portraying yourself in that light. Audra, I saw that. Yes, the whole backside of her was showing. And you know what, Joe? I wish somebody would. I wish, I mean, like I told my kids, somebody needs to break her down like a shotgun. Just saying. Yes. And she'd quit. She did on Periscope for nudity. Now, I'm not sure about YouNow. She may have, because YouNow's gotten a lot stricter than what they used to be. Broadway. I'm gonna be a Broadway star. Wow. Yes, yes, yes. When I saw that, I was like, what the hell? Are you serious? Sit your ass down somewhere. Never. Never. No. No. That's what I think, Irish mom. That's what I think. She felt like the landlord wanted to break her stuff in there. Stuff in the freezer. Right, Captain? It makes me wonder who's sitting behind that username. Who's on the other side of that screen? And even if they didn't know the whole backstory, I mean, if I saw somebody on there, that's like being Randy live stream all the time, but they're not on there every time dragging the hell out of somebody. It's just constantly drama, 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 drama. And what I noticed is that's just like last night when Pam went into her live stream, she shut up just like that. She didn't say nothing no more. She was like, we're just not going to talk about it. We're not going to let it get to us. Da 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 da. No, why don't you show her your true colors? And I wonder if Pam saw the clip, which I finally found, of where she says, you know, shoot the shit or handle it and bury you in their backyard. None. None. And even back then, I used to tell her, why don't you, you know, do your makeup videos or get ready with me. Just ignore it. But and I understand it. It's hard not to respond because it's every single day, all day. She's dragging Dylan. If it's not Dylan, Savage. If it's not Savage, Fairy Garden. If it wasn't Fairy Garden, it was Kathy. If it wasn't Kathy, it was Tracy. If it wasn't Tracy, it was Shar. I mean, there's a pattern. You trying to tell me all these people are just awful, right? They all have one common denominator. And that's why I don't understand why Pam and Rick can't see that. And it's okay. If they want to support her, then lead her, you know, in the right direction. Give her some advice. When she said that, I about died. I about died. As much shit. And that whole thing with Savage and the gun, no, she did not say that, okay? Before Savage even knew who Trisha was, she had a video up of her at the gun range. Okay? Well then, you know, Trisha comes up with this story. She says she's going to come after me with the AK-47. Da 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 da. And then, tells her to bling out. She wasn't talking about no D. She was talking about her blinging out the gun before she put the barrel in her mouth. Was her exact word. So she could twist it and spin it like she always does. Brew, yes. And you know what? Brew really, he had good intentions. And I mean, he stayed neutral. But it's like everybody else. You eventually see what she's about. And then she says that, you know, Brew extorted her. No, honey. You gave him all that information. He put up videos trying to defend you and put, you know, he said, she said, duress. And then she just took her spin and spun it the way she wanted to. My hands. I don't want to hear that. It's because she doesn't want to. There's always an excuse for everything. Everything. Agreed, Captain. Agreed 100%. And, you know, she's put her personal business out there, how much child support, alimony, and this and that. And my thing is, okay, she wants to drag the ex-wife. But if you pay an alimony, then he cheated then, right? Alimony and child support are two separate things. I'm not sure about that. I would like to know what she's on disability for. And her disability can't be that much. Because, you know, it's based on what income you've made so far. And she's, what, 3 years older than me? But I don't know if it's like, due to her... But I don't know if it's because of the bipolar or what, but I think she's misdiagnosed. I do think that. Yes, Captain, that's true. Very true. Even in the chat, she'll leave. When it's not all about her, she'll leave. Yes, Audra, I'm just going back reading the comments. I'm telling you, I just wish somebody would put her in her damn place one time legally. And that's what she keeps saying. She ain't never been to jail, ain't never been to jail, Like I told her this morning, you better choose your words wisely because you could very well be in those shoes. And I'm telling you, she would not make it. She would not last. She wouldn't. It's horrible. I've been there. That's understandable, Marine Mom. And let me tell you something. If he did that on his first wife, don't think he want to his second. I think that too, Lady Raiden. I do. Which I've always kind of had a baby face. I'm 36. Oh, I've been blocked on Twitter. It's been a long time ago. I don't think so, Captain. I don't think so. And I don't buy the whole bull crap with, you know, his first wife. We can just see, you know, how she spends everything else. See, I don't know. I haven't said anything about the fibro. But you know what? This morning when she said her fibro was flaring up, look at the rash on her face. And I thought to myself, you just scrubbed your face. Didn't she say that it had salt and sand? If I were to sit there, I mean, I live at the beach. if I stay at the beach and I get sand all over me, yeah, it turns kind of red. I mean, it's scratchy. I hate the beach, to be honest. Me and my kids go to the river, but I just don't like the sand. And so far, she's had fibro, cancer, depression, bipolar, autism, arthritis. What am I missing? Yes, Lady Rain, that's the first thing I thought this morning when she said my fibro is flaring. No, that's from you putting that stuff on your face. PTSD. Forgot that one. But you know what? It makes her so upset. I mean, that's just like when Sean called her the mental midget. That pissed her off. But it's okay when Pam says she's special needs. Yeah, I've heard that fibro is really bad. Really bad. And I mean, I work, what happened was, like I said, we are river rats. We had a jet ski, and I was on the inner tube, and my first husband was driving the jet ski, pulling me behind on the inner tube, and we come around a curve, and there were two jet skis coming towards me, and I already knew I was getting run over. And one of them missed me, thank goodness, but the other one did run me over. And it messed my back up, and, well, pretty much my whole body. And they diagnosed me with degenerative disc disease. And I get the cortisone, it's like an epidural is what it feels like to me, like when I have my kids. It's not just a shot, it's like an epidural. They put cortisone in there. And sometimes it gets so bad where I can't hardly walk. But I still work. I mean, I work a full-time job and clean condos on Saturday. Who wouldn't want to make $150 in 4 or 5 hours? Yeah, I was lucky. I was very lucky. And y'all remember when she used to twirl around in the chair, fall out the chair? If you could do all that, go to the gym, you can work. And I'm telling you, if them disability people were to see some of that mess, I mean, I know my ex-father-in-law lost his disability. He was on a horse and buggy and got hit by a vehicle, and he lost his disability just because somebody took a picture of him cutting the grass. And they basically say, if you can cut grass, then, you know, you can get a job cutting grass. And they cut his disability out. I watched Ron do that live stream, and I am telling you, he fucking owned Sean. Sean was so, they acted like it didn't bother him, but it did. It did, you could tell. I thought it was hilarious. Audra, me too. Me too. And in the beginning, you know, I tried to help her. I really did. Now I just let her go. Whatever. But I get frustrated with the ones that she is hurting. Because Marla is a good person. You know, she may have made bad decisions in her past, but that doesn't define who she is at all. Yeah, me too. That's what frustrates me the most. And that's the only reason, you know, I talk about her, is because of the ones that she is hurting. It frustrates me. And especially with the criminal convict. Go on somewhere with that. And then she was talking about, you know, you can't get a job doing this, having a criminal background. You know what? That's not the truth. It all depends on what the reason was. And, you know, Marla's wasn't because she was a bad person. It's because she had an addiction. And people can change. Do I think she ever will? No. Sure don't. And that's, I mean, it frustrates me. Anyone that's been through addiction, you don't sit there and drag other people that's been through it like that. And then, you know, we were talking about all the alcohol in the fridge. But them Xanax you take, honey, if you see this, it's alcohol in a pill. So no, you're not sober. Go on with that. You pop Adderall and Xanax every day, your body's going up and down, up and down, up and down. I feel that way too, Irish Mom. I do. And, you know, she can just, and she's always flaunting it. Oh, it was free. It was free. I want it. I'm sorry, but just because you change what the outside looks like, it's not going to change who you are inside. Yeah, Dylan, there's 2 of them. There's 2 of them. I think the XO's at the end instead of the beginning on the other one. It's the same name. Hey, woman. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I don't get it. And it, you know, it looks like as much trials and tribulation that she has been through, that, you know, she'd want to do some good. But it does. It frustrates the hell out of me. When she was sitting there dragging Marla about her being a criminal, I'm just sick of hearing about a damn criminal. Sick of hearing it. I've got to go to the doctor today. I don't want to go. I hate it. I know, woman. I know. And you know, that's what I wanted to tell her. And I know that's what it is. I mean, she's been around for a year, and here we are with Keep This Inside. Not everybody, you know, makes videos. Which I don't give a shit if she can come after me all she wants to, because she's not going to faze me. I mean, I've just always had a thick skin anyways. Which I've always been quiet and shy, but I don't let things bother me. And, you know, basically last night, that's what, I mean, everybody has an opinion, okay? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. And she has the right to have her channel. I don't either, redneck. I don't either. But I guess when something hits so close to home, you know, don't sit there and drag somebody like that. You can have your opinion all you want to, but don't make accusations of, you know, and compare things. Oh, it frustrates the hell out of me. And nobody, you know, you can't say anything in her chat now at all, and you go on just like that with all her wrenches she's got. So, I mean, and basically last night, you know, that's what it was. People just venting about it. Because you can't say nothing to her, and if you do, even if you put a comment, it's deleted. And it's not, you know, she always wants to say people want to lie on her. No, nobody's lying on you, honey. No, your actions speak for themselves. Exactly, JoJo. I know. Trust me, I know. I was waiting to get blocked this morning when I told her, but she was too busy talking. She didn't see the comment. And I don't know why her little rich people, they didn't block it. But I told her when she was sitting there talking about a criminal, I said, you better choose your words wisely. Because, I mean, you can see yourself in them shoes today, honey. Today. Them pills you be popping, let one of them fall in your floorboard and you get stopped. And guess where you going? To the jailhouse. Just, if she would stay in there one night, she'd shut that shit up. She would. Yeah. Throw a wrench at that bitch. Yeah. And then, you know, how she wanted Amy Slayton to meet her in the ring, There was one video, which has been recently, I took a screenshot of it. She was on there talking junk. I don't even know who she was talking about this time. And I told her, I said, I'll take you up on your offer. You are 2 hours away from me. I would gladly spend my little quarter tank of gas to come meet you if that's what you want to do. And she ended up deleting it. I mean, when somebody responds to her and don't back down, oh, no, she's not having that now. And her hashtag not bothered. I found that funny too. I got it from Rich Lux. He says it all the time. And I was saying it Friday in my video at the cemetery. And then here she comes Saturday and Sunday. That's all she keeps saying, not bothered. Hashtag not bothered. Yeah, Audra, matter of fact, my friend just got a job at McLeod Hospital. I want to say like 2 weeks ago. And she just called me this past Sunday and had took her Xanax. She took one of them. And they carried her to jail for driving under the influence. And she's got to go to court for it. So yes, it can happen, honey. And I'm just waiting. She keeps on talking that junk, and she's going to find herself in there. Don't never say it won't never happen, because never say never. That's all I'm going to tell you. She is so bothered. So bothered. Yes, lady, I agree. No, she's still around. I seen she did a live stream the other day, which I don't talk to her, and I don't know the history on her, but yeah, that's what she was doing. It wouldn't surprise me, Dylan. I mean, she wants to go to a state where it's legal, and she says that medical marijuana is the only thing that can help her. I don't believe that. No, her problems are deeper rooted than that. I know the excuse that she gave is bullcrap. Bullcrap. Like I said, I was on Adderall, and I had a prescription for it. I agree, lady, and I still got the job working at a hospital. As long as you have a prescription for it, I mean, there's nothing they can do. But I thought, you know, even when she mentioned it, I was like, okay, how is this going to work? Because, you know, she doesn't have, like, a routine. You know, every morning I have to get up, I have to take my kids to school. Then, you know, you have to go to work. Then I have to pick them up. Then it's football practice, homework, you know, all throughout the day. How is she going to commit, you know, to getting up every morning, going to work, not live streaming, staying off of YouTube? You know, I was wondering, how is she going to be stable enough to do that? I'd like to know where she used to work. And you know, I've been saying that all along. I think that she has depression, is what I think. And she didn't get, you know, the attention and, you know, that support system growing up as a child, and she's looking for that because of what she lacked in her childhood. But she's got sense. She does. She knows what she's doing. I wondered that too. I wondered that too. Yes, when you look at them, it's just like a deep, dark hole. And you know, JoJo, I tried. I really did. But I can't get behind somebody that doesn't have empathy for others. I mean, it's... No. No. And I know a lot of selfish people in this world. But to constantly just bash and hurt other people... Can't sympathize with anyone. I can't do it. Can't do it. It's all about her gain, what she can gain out of it. Yes. What did she say? A YouTube personality. And what really makes me mad and frustrates me, she's still bringing up calling the school, emailing the school, and you know, when I think about it, when she said CPS was called, if CPS saw that video of her, I really think, you know, they would find her unstable. No, she has no interest in others. I mean, I'm the type of person, you know, tell me about... I don't want to do all the talking. Tell me about you. Tell me how your day's been. You know, tell me what you're dealing with or going through. How can I help you? Her... No, it's me. Me. And that's what I said, Amanda. You know, she wants to say, I mean, that's just like this bracelet I have on. You can make them yourself. Make jewelry. So, something I wanted to learn how to do is it called crocheting or knitting? The one like you do, like the boggins and stuff. I have all the stuff to do it, but I haven't just actually sat down and took the time to learn. But if she would, and you can make money on it too, you know, I have a shop on Etsy. Put her time and energy into something good instead of dragging people and talking about them all day, every day. It's every single day, all day. I did too. When I saw the candle, I said, oh shit, here it comes. And when she did that the first time, I knew right off that it was just an act. No, she doesn't. And somebody said something to her about that. And the other day she said that she wanted to finish cooking and then sit down and interact with everybody. Again, that's her attention-seeking behavior. Yeah, I really thought she was, and which, I mean, I don't enjoy seeing her like that, I don't, but I mean, I really honestly think, and y'all, the other thing that drives me crazy, and it's nothing that I wouldn't tell, I mean, that's like I said in my other video the other day, Trisha would not look me in my face and tell me nothing that she says over this internet. Anything that I'm saying right now, yes, honey, I would meet you in Topsail, North Carolina, and tell you the same thing to your face. That bridge, go on with that bullshit. Oh, I can't drive over the bridge because the trolls told me to kill myself or jump off of it or something. For real. Go on with that. I ain't even want to hear that. Every time she says that, I'm like, oh, bullshit. But then she'll catch herself. She won't think about it, and she'll be, oh, I went over the bridge, yay, I did it. I think I heard her say that this morning. My daughter will be watching her on the way to school, and I can hear her back there. And every 10 minutes, hey guys, it's Truthfully Trisha. This is my truth. Anything you want to know, ask. We know who you are. Yeah, the bridge drives me crazy. It does. I said the same thing to her. I even commented on her video. Give me the time and the day, honey, I will be there gladly with bells on. She ain't afraid. That's just an excuse. That's one of those sympathy cards she's playing. That's all that is. Yes, she is. And that's what really makes me mad about her preaching about sobriety, because how can you say you're sober when you pop pills every day? And honestly and truly, I believe that's how she lost her weight, was because of Adderall. Yeah, they kick people out of there just like that. You can't say nothing. Nothing in there. Even if, you know, she streams under, like, the gamers tag. So even when a gamer will come in there and be like, you know, what's this stream about? What, they'll kick them right out. Won't even tell them nothing. You out of here, bye. I'm like, wow. Really? And I've noticed a lot of people that do watch her aren't from the United States. They're from other countries. I have noticed that. In which there was one in the cemetery stream that told them, in my country, that's disrespectful. And there were actually quite a few people, I think I've seen like 3 of them, that said, you know, I can't support this. See you later. Oh gosh. Her and a damn cucumber. And then, how are you going to put animal crackers in your mouth, picking on people's teeth, but yet Pam is your best friend? I think that's wrong. It would piss me off. And I noticed she doesn't stay in their streams long at all. You know, she loves and supports them so much, but I don't know. I have no idea. I've got all my teeth. And which, a true story, I don't know why, but every person I've been married to has false teeth. I don't know how it ended up like that, but it did. It's crazy. So I have all mine. I don't know who she's picking on. And you know, those gamers are notorious for sending pizzas like that. My kid, especially my son, he's all into the games. He's got a PlayStation 4 and he plays online with people. And he watches some IRL streamers on YouTube. And everywhere they go, like they can go to a restaurant and people will be calling the restaurant. I've seen them get kicked out of restaurants because, you know, the people watching the stream are calling and they figure out where they're at. And they're sending pizzas and stuff like that. And that just started with her. And it's because she streams up under the gamer tag. She says she's going to put in. See, I don't agree with picking on somebody's looks. It's childish. I've wondered about that, Marine Mom. I don't think TDM done that. And I mean, if I was gonna hack a bank account, honey, I'm taking it all. I'm gonna take it all. And if he did that, he would have went to jail. Yes, lady, it's coming. Y'all just watch, it's coming. It's coming. And I don't know if y'all saw, yes, Audra, yes, I agree. Pam's daughter got on the stream the other night. What she's precious. I worked with disability and special needs for 7 years. And I mean, it takes a special kind of person to work with people or children like that, and even you know, the elderly. And, you know, Trisha was saying that, you know, she was agreeing with her, Well, take her advice, then she goes to the cemetery. Life's too short, But when do you put your words into actions? Y'all, the pepper thing. Okay, first of all, you can tell any doctor you're allergic to something and they'll give you an EpiPen. Y'all know she eats fast food all the time. She used to do mukbangs all the time on her old channel. And they put pepper on your food. And she says, you know, if she's going to eat it, then she prepares herself for it. She just can't have it in large amounts. Whatever. Yes, Audra. Yes, I agree. I agree. There's no way you can. You cannot compare them to each other. They're incomparable. That child touched my heart. And she's got more sense than other said person. Bye, Irish Mom. Hope you have a good day. I've got to get off here soon, too. I've got to go to this doctor. I hope I get this brace off my foot today. Yes, she touched my heart. I totally agree. And I mean, I understand where Pam's coming from. You know, she wants to have her, you know, her own channel and do her makeup. But she has to understand, too, that Trisha dishes all this out. If she wouldn't sit up there and drag people all day, every day, talking about them, you know, she wouldn't have people responding to her, or she wouldn't get the trolls. As they said, you know, baby girl's not going to do that. I don't see that child doing that. And like she says, you know, she gets bullied all the time and she ignores it. And I mean, nobody really comes for Trisha. We respond to what she says because she sits there and lies and makes things up about people. And it pisses me off, but nobody actually, like, comes for her. That's some Xanax, honey. If I take a Xanax, I want to eat the house or sweets. They make me want sweets. Me too, Audra. Me too. I just wish she could see. And I think a lot of it, you know, I don't think she sees what Trisha says and does. You know, she's only getting half the story. Bye, JoJo. Have a good one. I'm getting ready to get off here too. But I know how it is. I get bored and I'm looking for live streams. And, you know, sometimes you just gotta vent. And, I mean, like Marla said, you know, she's literally put that woman through hell. But she did meet some amazing people out of it. But it's a shame that she had to go through that. I'm telling you, I believe I would have went to jail for whooping her ass if she would have done me like that. I mean, we're talking about real life issues of her putting her through hell. Criminal charges. And what I didn't understand, I mean, knowing her town knows her history, how in the hell did she get a judge to sign a warrant? Because of course, anybody, I mean, that's like when she went and got the police report. I could go file a police report right now and say she's stalking me. But you have to take the evidence to, and you know, to a magistrate's office in front of the judge, and the judge has to issue a warrant. Yes, lady, I've noticed that too. But you know what it is? It's Trisha. It's them constantly defending her. And now it's all about drama. Every stream. And she wants to talk about a criminal. Wasn't Mr. Sean arrested? Yeah, I was seeing where he said that. And I really think there wasn't enough evidence to prosecute Marla is what happened in that case. Alright guys, I hate to jump off of here, but I will, I'm trying to think. I think my son has practice this evening, but I'll try to stream later this evening. I hope y'all have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I will talk with y'all later. Y'all have an awesome day.